I am the CEO, Miss Mimi, the cosmetological entrepreneur of operations, the woman behind the chair for 24 plus years, September, May 25, behind the chair at Chic Salon by Mimi. To many people, they may ask, exactly what does that mean? The cosmetological entrepreneur of operations is simply put, I am a licensed cosmetologist with 20 plus odd years behind the chair, and I am the operator of my business, and my business work because I do the work. So I just kind of wanted to jump on and let everybody know what I got going on. And for most of the people that know me, is that Misha? For most people that know me, they know me as a national educator under the Essations and Naked by Essations brand, as well as I am an independent educator under the CEO, Miss Mimi. What I do on a day-to-day basis is behind the chair at Chic Salon by Mimi. I merged the two businesses together as a brand, because basically what the CEO is a beauty industry strategist. I come to individuals to help them get their businesses to the next level. We may strategize about branding. We may strategize about systems, creating systems, financial forecasting, some of those things. Those are some of the things that we might talk about when it comes to what's happening behind their chair. But I am only in that atmosphere when those are people who come to me and say, hey, I have a need, I have a desire, I have a want, and I feel like you might be able to help me. So if you know someone that's new to the beauty industry, or who's been in the beauty industry and who may be struggling a little bit with whatever their situation may be, have them to give me a call. And you know what? Earlier today, I did have a live. It was a little scrambled because I think that the young lady that was taking it for me, we didn't get to turn on the Wi-Fi. But nevertheless, I was over at Global Beauty School in the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area in the southern sector today, and I had an awesome time. Today we talked a lot about my whole premise was about the 7 principles that are needed to build a successful business. And the deal is, as a hairstylist, a lot of times that's not the fun part. That's not the part that everybody wants to hear about. That's not the part that everybody like, yay, yay, yay. They want to see styling, okay? They want to see styling. They want to see you cutting hair. They want to see you behind the chair in the salon. But that's not always the life of a successful hairstylist. And the reason I feel like I have the credentials to say this is because I've been behind the chair for 24 years. I've had the highs, I've had the lows, I've had the ups, I've had the downs, I've had the levels in between. But one thing that I can say for certain is that I've never given up on my industry. I didn't go out and get another job. I didn't start doing hair part-time and start working full-time because I truly believed in what I was called to do. This is a gift. But prior to being in the beauty industry, prior to going to beauty school and attaining that covering and that license to say that I get to operate and touch people and change the way that they look, color their hair, all of the things that go behind it, I was in corporate America. So with those years that I spent in corporate America, I learned a lot of things. And what I know for certain is that if there's any business that has been formed, then it has to be created on a solid foundation. There are some things that you're not going to be able to get rid of in the business at all. You're going to have your business set on a firm foundation, or you will consistently find yourself starting over. And I'm not saying starting over like moving from one location to the next. I'm saying starting over like the whole bottom of your business fell out and you just need to go all the way back to the drawing board. You almost need to go back to school and get your license because there were certain things that you didn't get. When I was at the academy today, one of the things that I told the students a few times is be sure that you are in school to get this cosmetology certification, because whether you want to be an esthetician, a lash technician, or you want to focus in on hair cutting or hair coloring, whatever it may be, as a cosmetologist, you actually have the opportunity to reign and do all those things in every area of your covering. So be sure to get that license, because that license allows you and affords you the opportunity to go in different arenas of that particular covering. Hey, Mama Betty. The other thing was, we talked about understanding your core. Your core is your knowledge. I call it, Mimi Hawkins, the CEO, Miss Mimi, I have coined it as your central intelligence system. If you do not know that you know about the business and of hair, then you're gonna fail. You cannot say that I am a hairstylist and you don't know the basic parameters of hair. You have to know the molecular structure of hair. You have to know the science behind hair. You have to know how hair acts and what makes hair act to different things. You can't put yourself in a position of saying, oh, I only do black hair and I only do white hair. But if you stop doing races and actually start doing hair, then you will find out that you have an even broader bridge that you can cross, because it allows you to not be stagnant. Again, just as I told those young ladies, don't put yourself in a position of just being able to be an esthetician, or just do brows, or just do lashes. Get that cosmetology license, and then you have the opportunity to move about the cabin however you choose to. That's the great thing that I think I love about having that cosmetology license. I can decide next month, I don't really want to focus in on hair anymore. Got a new love. I want to do nails. I want to specialize in getting the woman's nails back into health. So I'm just going to focus in on nails. That's all I'm going to do. I don't have to go back to school to do that. I can stay right where I am and continue to do that and make a great return on my investment by doing so. Let's see. One of the other things that we talked about in talking about the core is making sure that you have proper terminology about what it is, that's what proper terminology of the things that flow in your craft. Understanding what severe split ends mean, understanding what density, elasticity, porosity, hair texture, and hair type is. Because the one thing that we know is that we always have someone out there who's always trying to do something to interrupt what it is that the status quo has been. Things are consistently changing. Things are always changing. So when they change, if you are of the professional mindset, then you have to be able to move and adjust with them. But more than anything, you have to have your foundation principles, because there are some things that are not going to change. You know, I always tell people when I hear, and I have a few people that have refuted this or that disagree with me. And as I've stated before, until they give me a different reason to think otherwise, that's just what the facts have shown me. The hair is made up of a disulfide bond when it is in its natural state. Once you interrupt and you break that disulfide bond, you now have a lanthionine bond. You can't repair something that is no longer there, because once you apply a sodium hydroxide, lithium hydroxide, guanidine hydroxide relaxer to a natural head of hair that has its disulfide bond, then it converts over to a lanthionine bond. So now you have this hair now that you have to take care in a totally different perspective. You go from having hair that in the disulfide bond state, in its full healthy state, you had hair that had two atoms. Once that hair has been relaxed, neutralized, it has converted over into a lanthionine bond. For those people who are on here that are professionals, look it up. It's in your textbook. And you can thank me later. But those are the things that we have to be equipped with. We have to be able to come to the forefront and say, yeah, this is a situation. You can't tell me this. Now, can we bridge a gap? Absolutely. There are a lot of products out there that are bridging the gap to help the hair to stay as healthy as possible. But once something is broken, it's not like super glue. You can't put it back together. So we talked about the core things for just a moment. Let's see. One of the other things that we talked about was branding. your personal brand. One of the long going jokes for me has always been that I don't like combing my hair. So as you guys can see, I've been working on that a little bit. And I found a look that just works better for me. Short hair just works better for me because I don't necessarily have to go in and comb and style and do all this effort, put all this effort into my hair, because I'm coming into the salon to care for my client. Does that mean that I get to walk around looking like a woolly bully? Absolutely not. Okay, but I had to find something that works for me so that I can make sure that I'm coming into my business doing the things that I need to be doing. Hey, Jasmine. And let's see. So we talked about your brand presence. However you wear your hair. If you find that you are losing customers or your client base is diminishing, then one of the things that you may want to look at is, how am I representing myself, my brand image? What am I saying to the world? Because I believe that your brand speaks to the world before you have an opportunity to say anything. I gave a great analogy today in class when I spoke at Global Beauty Institute. I told them, I said, when I was in beauty school, one of the things that I did as a marketing strategy, and once I got out of beauty school, is I used a young lady who was my friend, and we would always go out. That was in my heydays when I was younger, and I can go out and hang out on Friday, be in the salon early that next morning. Can't do that now. But what I did as a brand strategy, I didn't like giving out business cards. So my friend would always get her hair done on that Friday night before we left beauty school. And then when I crossed over into the professional world, we would do her hair every Friday night before we went out. She would merely hang out. We'd go to different venues. Somebody compliment her hair. She passes them a business card. What did I have to do? Absolutely nothing. I did the groundwork where I did her hair, and I sent my walking advertisement out into the atmosphere to gain that client for me. So she was my brand at that moment. It wasn't a business card that made them call me. It wasn't the way the inside that my salon looked that made them want to come to me. It was merely that they saw a hairstyle that she was wearing at that moment, that they admired and that they wanted. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, give me some hearts. Let me know. And please be sure to share, like, communicate. If you guys have any questions that you would like to ask from a consumer standpoint or even from a professional standpoint, please feel free to ask. And if it is in my arena, in my wherewithal to be able to give you an answer, I most definitely would love to share with you. And if you could share this with your followers. Let them know, that we are out here. We're trying to make a difference, because one of the things that I want people in the beauty industry to get is that it's more than just hair. We can do hair all day. We know we're battling with the Instagram successors or the people, the kitchen titians. We're battling with them every day. So we know that doing hair alone is not going to be enough. But in order for your business to stand, you have to have some integrity that goes behind your business. Let's see, what was some of the other things? We talked about the 3 M's of the game plan: marketing, management, and motivation. If you are not managing your business, then you don't even know how to market your business. You have to know how to do those things because those two go hand in hand. So you have to look at your numbers. You have to look at your numbers. You have to go back and see what your stats were, because that will tell you where you need to adjust. That will tell you where you need to make a difference. That will tell you if you need to go out and get clients. That will tell you if you've lost clients or what the next situation may be. But you can't fix anything if you don't know that there's a problem. Okay? Marketing. We talked about creating marketing strategies. I gave some ideas on different marketing strategies, because for me, that's one of the things that I'm pretty much always doing. Not so much as giving away anything or setting anything, putting anything on sale, but just merely saying that, hey, here I am. This is what I do. This is who I'm attempting to attract. And these are the people that already believe in me. Okay? So being that I am a healthy hair care advocate, I'm not just going to show you photos of hair that looks good. I may not show you a bunch of photos or clients that came in and got their hair done, and you see the beginning, the middle, and the end, and then you see the end result. And okay, great. Oh my gosh, you can do hair. But I may sit down and have a conversation with you one-on-one in your DM, whatever the case may be, about some problems that are happening in the salon. I'm not going to particularly put out any of the things that are happening in my salon with my clients, but some of them are okay with people knowing that they have some issues, and this is why they come to me, because I've been able to get to the bottom of the issues. Because you have to remember, people come to you and they do business with you for one or three reasons. They know, like, or trust you, okay? But more than anything, you have to ask yourself, why do they come back? I've been in business for 25 years this September, and I have some clients that's been with me for at least 22 years. And I'm always one that says, I don't think that I am this amazing hairstylist. But what I can tell you is, when it comes down to me finding out the who, what, when, where, and why about your hair, I got that covered. And what I don't know, I will go beyond levels of intensity to find out why for myself. If that means I have to get on line, if that means that I have to go to the library, if that means I have to call some of my people that I feel that may be above me, whatever the case may be, I'm going to find out what's going on with your hair. And then once we find out, now it's up to you to do the work. Okay? So we have to make sure that we have that part in place. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, honey. Healthy hair care advocate. Thank you for loving me. I must come to Baltimore and see you guys soon. Like do a lunch and brunch or something. I don't know. We have to think of something that we can get together so that we can just come, other than the other times that I come. So that we can, sit down and do some industry stuff and get those things aired out. Because I know that you're a salon owner, correct, Jasmine? Let me know. Drop me an answer in the chat box, because I believe that you are a salon owner. Ooh, I'm gonna take a quick sip. Yes, and I know that I've been in those shoes. I've had 3 hair salons. And as you guys can see now, I'm in a salon suite and I actually love it. I probably will eventually go back to salon ownership, but just for right now, hey Tara, I'm okay being in the salon suites, and just being the mere fact that I want to get out and I want to educate more. I want to make sure that I'm empowering the future hairstylists and the future trichologists and the ones that are going to be able to come in and help our women gain their hair care back. I would rather be out doing that full time soon, hopefully. But in the meantime, in between time, God says stay behind this chair. So that's where I'm at. Being a salon owner and a stylist could be very taxing, because the one thing that for me, when I was a salon owner, it would drain me so much when anything was going on in the salon that I could not be creative and give to my clients. Does that make sense? So I know that can be a lot. I know that can be a lot. And congratulations to you on your salon, and tremendous success to you. I know that it will be, because I know how phenomenal of a stylist that you are. And you also have great leadership skills. So I know, Jasmine, that's without thought. Let's see. What are some of the other things we talked about? We talked about social media. Making sure that your private page stays private and that your business page stays business. Being certain not to allow your business page to extinguish your personal page to not extinguish your business page. Because a lot of times what happens is that people, let's put it this way. People are judgmental. Although we know we're not supposed to judge, but people are judgmental. And so what happens is someone will go on your page and then they'll see something and then they never get to the part that's business to even decide if you are a great business person or not, because they've already made a decision in their mind from the personal pictures. So that's one of the things that I always say about social media. Be consistent. I'll tell you guys this blessing that came my way on yesterday. And to this today, I'm still just amazed at the prophecy that was brought forward. And just simply from me being on listening to someone that I admire. I love her spirit. She's a woman of God. And so I've been watching her off and on, back and forth, in and out, from Periscope, whenever I can catch her on Instagram. And then she's one of the she's a great connection for one of the other women that I admire and that I look to for business acumens. She spoke over my life, and she did not know me. And when I tell you the vision that she saw was what I'm doing already, but I know that that was just confirmation that more is to come. And so if you guys are looking for someone that can give you spiritual guidance, inspiration, who's transparent. I love her transparency, because crazy enough, that's exactly what she was doing yesterday. She was just simply being transparent. She was being transparent. And that's Marquita D. Collins. So be sure to follow her. And if for some reason she might see this later on, I just want to say thank you so much, Marquita. I'm just still floored about the words that was spoken on yesterday over my life. It was just absolutely phenomenal. And I made a commitment and a promise, and I'm working daily on my word. So thank you again for that prophecy. Let's see. We talked about social media. One of the things that she said to me about being on social media, and the things that Ashley Ann has said, and I know to do this and I just hadn't done it, but consistency, being consistent. You have to remain consistent. You have to post. If you're going to use this as a part of your business, and this is how you're expecting to build business and to get customers from that arena, then you have to be certain to be there, to be alive, to be vibrant, to be viable, to be present. And in order to be present, you have to make sure that you're letting them know that you're there. You have to let them know who you are. You have to let them know what you have to offer. You have to let them know why you are the person and the person that can come to them and bring this information forward. Okay, that was one of the other things we talked about. And then of course we talked about financial forecasting. Making sure that you have a budget, making sure that you're staying on top of your budget, making sure that you understand what your household needs as well as what your business needs are, so that you can stay on top of that and grow, and not have to come into the salon and do hair under duress and strain when you can just come in and be creative. I think that that's pretty much it, all that we talked about today. And then I came into the salon, and I did a few clients. I did a shampoo and style and a shampoo and silk press. And pretty much I am done for the day, but I wanted to make it my business to jump on and have a conversation with you guys. So if you catch the replay, just remember one thing. My name is Mimi Hawkins. I am the cosmetological entrepreneur of operations. So when you see CEO, Miss Mimi, don't get confused. I am not saying that I am the chief executive officer of my life, because that's God's job. I am, although, the cosmetological entrepreneur of operations. I am the woman that operates my business under cosmetology certification and license. And my business work, because I do the work. I've been an entrepreneur now for almost 25 years, full time. I've never stepped from behind this chair to do anything other than what I'm doing. And I am the owner and the operator at Chic Salon by Mimi. That would be CHIC with a CHIQ, spelled CHIC, sounds like CHIC, spelled CHIQ. Q represents the quality that I bring to my brand. So that is Chic Salon by Mimi. Be sure to follow me on that page. That's the page where I just show you what happens in the salon. Sometimes I might give you a little bit more, but not really. That's where I might, let you guys in my life a little bit, but not much. I am a beauty industry business brand strategist. I help people to figure out where they are, where they want to be, where they're going in their beauty industry business. I'm able to help you to get systems in place because things work better from a systematic approach. And sometimes people are just not aware of that. They're not made aware of it, but that is what I have been sent to do. I am also a healthy hair care advocate. So I will have a few things that will be coming up the pipeline. I will have a hands in hair seminar. We're going to talk about what the hair is made of, the cuticle, the cortex, the medulla. We're going to talk about the atogen, catagen, and intelligent stage of hair. We're going to get into nutrition. We're going to have a couple of people that are going to come out and discuss some things that that you need to know about your health and about your intake of your nutrients where it pertains to the hair. How fruit and vegetables are great for your hair. How we need to make sure that we're getting in the proper amount of protein per day so that our ferritin levels are where they need to be. Also understanding when your hair begin to have problems, what are you noticing? What's going on with your body? Are there signs there? Because 90% of the time when you're having hair issues, your hair issue is a warning sign. It's like, wonk, 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 wonk. There's a warning sign that something else is going on somewhere. We need to figure that thing out. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about chemical applications. We'll talk about proper relaxing, choosing a proper relaxer, because we know so many people have went natural simply because they're saying, oh my God, relaxers are bad. Relaxers aren't bad, but the people behind the relaxers can be. Hey, Cynthia Francois, girl, I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. Cynthia Francois was one of my clients that started with me when I was in beauty school. And she's been my client all these years up till about maybe 2 years ago. She moved from Dallas, Texas back to Louisiana, and I miss her dearly because not only was she my client, but she was also my friend. So I have to catch her whenever she's in town. But yeah, so I just wanted to jump on again. My name is Mimi Hawkins. I am the CEO, Miss Mimi, the national educator, the brand facilitator for CEO Miss Mimi, and the woman behind the chair at Chic Salon by Mimi. That is where I do all things hair and beauty industry for my clients. Let's see. If there is not anything that anyone has to say on here, I'm going to just say thank you guys for tuning in. If you caught the replay and you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a message or the question there, and I will do my best to answer it within the next 24 to 48 hours. This is now my time to be back into the salon, and so I try and make sure that I'm looking at all things in its proper time and in its proper manner. But if you guys are having a phenomenal Tuesday, continue to do so until the end of the night. And if you're having a bad day, keep it to yourself. Don't go ruining nobody else's, okay? Make sure that you are doing everything that you need to do to be your absolute best. Make sure that you are thankful for the things that you need to be thankful for, even the things that you don't feel like that you should be thankful for. And more than anything, be sure to forgive someone of something so that you can be forgiven as well. Don't ever forget that. But I think that's my little spiel. That's my little catch up. And I want to tell you guys something. March 1st, I have a surprise. I have an announcement. I have something that I have created, and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. I shared it with Global Beauty Institute today, and I'm going to share with you guys on March 1st, and be prepared to purchase yours. It will be available on March 2nd, so I will release the news on March 1st. And at any rate, if I've said anything that has resonated with you, or if you know someone that is in need of this information, please be sure to share. Be sure to leave a comment. I want to say thank you guys for everything that you have allowed to be soaked into your spirit today. And I'm chiming out. I'll talk to you later. Be good, be great, and be grateful.